Hello there, Links here. We are playing Overlord H, which of course stands for humorous, as we all know, because it could not stand for anything else. It's day 700. That's right. We've been in this world for quite a while, and we are starting off with looking into the mirror to see the events we kind of could not participate in, but other characters in the game did. In case this is the first time you've seen this thing, yes, there is some events that we could not have seen. I do not know why we could not see the main one. I guess the ones with like Kurome, Nigredo, Albedo make sense here. Yeah. I do not know for why we could not see the one with Narberal. That bothers me, given the fact that I married her. Or what else. Let's go, origins. Have you given any thought on what we have talked about?
Ich war so beschäftigt, ich habe es ganz vergessen.
I've been so busy I did not have the chance to think about it.
What?
Albedo glares at Pandora. The air grows cold with a killing intent, albeit only for an instant.
This is a serious matter.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but...
I'm not saying you're wrong, but at times you can be a little irrational. Irrational? How can I be irrational?
I mean, yeah, she can.
For instance, why do you insist on carrying Among Us flag? Who? Why do you even keep this whole operation secret? Not everyone will understand. It is the whole reason why Ai-sama picked me, us. As for Among Us flag, how can you not love it? How can you not love his symbol and what it stands for? Perhaps you could define love as irrational, but even then, you should hold some amount of respect towards him.
Of course!
He was the only one to not abandon us. He was the one to lead us to glory, and he was the only one to come with us in this new world. He will always be manga first and foremost to me, and there is nothing more important than him. Would you, the one created by manga himself, deny any of that?
But it's not what I'm saying. All of us know how much he did for the great tube of Nazarick. Even so, he ordered us to...
How is any of this irrational?
Well, if this is the case, why cannot we talk about it with Ai-sama?
Simple, there are some things expected from us.
Oh boy.
Do you think I, the overseer, seek the permission for each and every little thing? I would only be wasting Ai-sama precious time. I guess it's not as obvious to you. After all, there is a reason why I am the overseer and you are not.
Well, that is not a...
However, in these years, other people have committed your same mistake and have learned from it.
What are you talking about?
Are you truly willing to show Ai-sama, your creator, that you failed to learn anything even after he faked his death? Ai-sama lies on you a lot. Do you really want to disappoint him?
What are you talking about?
Of course the...
Woman, let him finish his sentence.
We want the same thing, the glory that your creator and my love deserves. So again, I ask you to think about it. You are either in or out. Time is running out.
Pandora is left behind speechless while Albedo elegantly walks away. For once, his poker face is perfectly how he feels like at the moment.
Ha! Warum sind Frauen manchmal so kompliziert?
Why are women so complicated sometimes? Yeah. What should I do, Ai-sama? Later on.
I miss passing time here.
She sprints towards Momonga's bed and stretches her whole body on it. Okay.
The place where Monga and I make love every chance we get.
Okay, that's not true. She spends about 10 minutes rolling around his bed.
Alright.
She lightly stops her cheeks every time and they assume their usual red tonality.
I'm revitalized now, time to get to work.
With almost the same swiftness, she hops off the bed.
Open!
A small fracture appears in the space in front of her. It is not enough to fit a hand. That is Albedo's inventory. She takes Momonga's flag out of it and then proceeds to hang it on the wall.
Already, time to get to work.
Albedo rarely used her own room to work. Every time Momonga was out, she would use his room instead. It made her feel more at home and therefore allow her to work better. So Momonga did not mind too much, although Demiruk found her behavior to be out of place. Yeah. However, there is no doubt she is very skilled at her job. Not even Demiruk would dare to say anything against that. Yeah. Momonga couldn't understand most of the stuff she does, so when her work is shown to him, he just nods in approval. Yeah. He trusts her. After all, she loves him, and the Great Tomb of Nazarick, there's no way she would be able to betray his trust. I don't know, man. What he ignores is that an obsessive and insane amount of love can sometimes be even more dangerous. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just couldn't put this into words. Many years ago, in Yggdrasil. What? The Supreme Ones are meeting once again, so exciting. Oh, but I mean, the Supreme Ones are meeting once again, they're so exciting. Really? Oh, we are having a flashback, okay. There's almost 3,000 of level data storage. With that, we could start expanding our guild further. If that is... Punito moe. If that is the case, we should consider creating a floor in a separate plane. Separate plane? Another level, without any physical access, if not through a teleportation item. It has its weaknesses, but with some extra planning we could create an almost impenetrable treasury. We could do the same and move the throne room from the 6th floor to a separate plane. The throne itself is one of the biggest treasures I have after all. Having the treasure in a separate plane is a good idea. However, moving a throne room as well would be a little petty. It would be much cooler if we moved it to the deepest floor once we have finished expanding our guild. I agree! If a party can manage to reach the deepest floor, it is only right we offer them a guarantee to a final fight. In origin, the Great Tomb of Nazarick was much smaller, and yet it had never been more alive. Since then, the guild got 4 extra floors, each one diverse from the other. Each floor was not just beautiful, but also challenging if you were an invader. An already famous guild quickly rose up to power as they gathered and protected world item after world item. No matter how hard they tried, the Great Tomb of Nazarick had become the most difficult dungeon to conquer. Most people could not even make it inside. However, all good things eventually came to an end, and this guild was no different. Eh? No. This cannot be true. Tabula Smaragdina-sama, my creator, he truly left. He would not leave me behind. He would not leave without us as much as saying anything to me. Right? She looks at her Ginungagap. Her face shows no emotions, and yet she feels a deep sadness. The deepest despair she ever felt in her life. The sorrow was so strong that she felt like her heart was ripping apart, and yet she stood still, emotionless, just like any other NPC. This cannot be true. He will come back. He will come back for me. I must believe in him. A year later. Day 320. Oh. I don't even have the time to reach the floor before the invaders died this time. This is too bad. I wanted to PvP a bit.
Momonga-sama, look over here. Notice me.
That is Peroroncino's NPC, Shaltir. I can see why the fight was over so quickly this time.
He remembers my name. The most handsome, powerful, undead Supreme One knows my name.
It is rare for the floor guardian to be on the first floor, let alone at the entrance. I guess the invaders were quite unlucky this time.
Yes! Oh, yes! He's coming closer! I can feel his negative energy from here. The closer gets, the more majestic his figure looks. There is a tragedy going on in my underwear right now.
Good job, Shaltir.
Momonga-sama!
Let's see. As a reward,
Being able to be so close to is the best reward I could ever get.
Oh, I have kept some blood. There you go, I'll feed you some.
So tasty, it would be so more tasty if I could suck yours.
The blood. Day 325. Just been a while since I've all played as a classic necromancer. How about some experiments with the dead today? I could feed the spare parts to Solution and Toma. That would be fun.
You should not. You keep taking care of the whole great Nazarick of it by yourself, every day. Let me at least take care of such trivial tasks, while we not ask for my help.
And yet Momonga could not hear her plea. She was only a silent NPC, standing by a mere decoration of the throne room. Day 326. There was an invasion today, quite a big one. We had an even worse one in the past. This one managed to reach as far as the 6th floor, where Aura and Mare both died. I'm sorry, you both did a great job. I pat both of their head.
Oh, Supreme One goes as far as to apologize for us after we are defeated. Momonga-sama is really kind after all. We ought to stop disappointing him and now to be even better next time. Yeah.
Day 327. Finally done. I can't believe that I managed to upgrade the defenses even further, to the point that an entire party could not even make it inside. I wonder what Punito would think. Surely he would be able to improve it even further. I'll ask him if he ever comes back online again. Let's see. Momonga opens up the console. Last online, 6 months ago. I'm sure he'll drop by in the holidays. Speaking of which, I should log out as well. I need to wake up early tomorrow. To pass up time and roleplay, Momonga kept improving systems within the Great Tomb of Nazarick or do experiments. It was a simple game for him, a time waster, but all NPCs were impressed by his hard work and dedication.
Incredible! How is that possible? The work of 40 Supremes all led by him. Amazing! What I would give to be able to admire his work constantly. Albedo is so lucky, I envy her. I see it now, how such a fool. May you forgive me, Ulbert Alain Odlsama, for not comprehending the meaning behind your words sooner. It should have been obvious. After all, they are such good friends. I wish I had a fragment of their intellect and skills. However, lucky as I may be, I swear I shall dedicate my life to aid you, Momonga-sama, just as he wished me to.
Many months ago. So. Oh, that's a freaking crazy design of a character he has. He looks around to make sure he's really down. What am I even doing? Demiruk, I spent so much time creating you. I'm truly proud of my work. I will miss you and all of Nazarick.
Ulbert Alain Odlsama.
Demiruk, I'm quitting this... No, I'm leaving this world to pursue something greater. It is time for me to move on, but I will be leaving you in a very good hands. Do your best to aid the Great Tomb of Nazarick and Momonga-san, alright? He opens up the console and... Day 329. What should I do today? Maybe I could upgrade a few locations on the 6th floor. It is such a shame it has been left unfinished. Well, can it be helped? Blue Planet Central did an amazing work. It is easily my favorite floor. Day 332. Monk observes the big and empty throne room before him. Friend list. A window opens up. It contains a list of names and all of them are transparent, almost invisible. Everyone has been offline for such a long time. Having no friends is so... I feel so lonely.
You are not alone. All of us, we are and always will be by your side, Momonga-sama.
At the end, only the Hiro-san came and he could not stay until the end. That can be helped. I am really grateful he did. In fact, I wish that everyone had dropped for a few minutes, just the last time to say goodbye. After all, we have built this guild together, all of us. This is like our home. Damn it! I hit a wall and the damage counter displays 0.
Momonga-sama.
Does this mean anything? Am I the only one that cares about it? Nazarick is a home that we all built together. How can everyone give up and forget so easily?
I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them.
No. I cannot blame them. They most likely had no choice.
Even after they have hurt you this much, you are still so kind. Kind, just powerful, intelligent, totally perfect, the true and the only leader, the only supreme one we need. I'll never let them hurt you again. No one shall, as long as I live.
Albedo's heart had been scared a lot of time ago now, but seeing Monga here broke something inside her that day. However, it would not stay broken forever. Through Momonga's hands, a light entered her, a new hope. It was something warm, pleasing, something that could calm and mend her broken heart once again. Love. All the bitterness and sourness was finally gone. In its place there was a sea of sugar. Its addicting sweetness was something that she would treasure and protect with all her power. It was her new and only meaning of life, and she would not let anybody take that away from her. Not even other supreme ones. There is just Momonga. I mean, she's crazy for him, that's for sure. Too crazy even. We all know that. Alright, Archie.
Greetings, Ai-sama.
She bows.
May I be of use? I'm free at the moment if you need me.
From voice she's blushing, it is very obvious what she's hoping for. To talk a little bit in the evening, damn it. Of course that's what she's after. Yes, let's spend the evening and talk a little bit together. There is a lot that we can converse about. And off to the office we are again. Ha! I wish that the ruler could do whatever he wanted. The place where he would like to head to is the Elven Kingdom. That is where most clues are pointing at. Didn't worry, I feel like we read this already. Most people would assume this is the case, but I have responsibilities as well. Dude, we totally read this. I remember this freaking mistake in that time. What to do next was indeed pretty clear. However, the incredible knowledge he had obtained was a pretty big clue to the possibility of finding his guildmates, or at least answer some of the questions that have been lingering in his mind for all this time. The old Momonga would have chosen the latter without any doubt, but his new self does not consider such an option despite being very tempting. Now what? I did all of this for them to begin with. However, it would be pretty stupid and selfish to not complete what I've already started. I do not even know what information the Miruk will be bringing back from his journey in the Dwarf Kingdom. He may as well come back with some dire news such as the tunnel no longer existing. This dude, we read this. Even the tunnel does exist, might not lead anywhere. My thoughts are interrupted by some knocking on the office door. It is the Miruk. Records of the news will bring have already decided on how to proceed next.
Ai-sama.
He bows.
I've just returned from the Dwarf Kingdom.
Good job, Demiruk. What news do you bring?
I've confirmed the tunnel's existence. It seems like part of their history has been lost over the centuries. There are only rumors filling the gap now. The tunnel has been long sealed. When inquiring on the reason, I've gotten two different answers. According to the dwarves, it used to lead to the other dwarven kingdoms back when the rune-powered carriage were operational, but over time they died out and the connection has been lost. It is impossible to travel such a distance on foot, so the tunnel has fallen into despair and is now sealed. According to Aura's dark elves, the tunnel leads to the underworld and has been sealed by the queen in charge centuries ago to prevent interferences with the undead. It is apparently connected to a major rise of undead that has destroyed an entire nation around the same time, although this is nothing more than a mere coincidence. We know that both of those rumors are false thanks to the documents we have translated. However, there is a thing mentioned by both parties. That tunnel is still accessible within the Elven Kingdom. That coincides with the information we also have.
From many entrances we are left with one in the other continent and the other in the Elven Kingdom. It is very unlikely that all the entrances have naturally decayed. At least some of them must have been purposely sealed off. It would have been convenient to have an entrance at home.
We could use the undead to dig day and night in order to restore the tunnel with the assistance of tunnel doctors.
Tunnel doctors? What's that supposed to be? That would take too long and would defeat the purpose of having such convenience besides. We have other tasks at hand at the moment. We will just hold that operation for the moment and head to the Elven Kingdom when the time comes. I'm sure Aura and Mara would enjoy it as well.
Understood.
The Tree of Life. I'm unsure of whether it's an actual tree or just a name given to the core of this hollow planet, but there is no doubt about its existence. A hollow planet would have been unthinkable in my old world. But I've seen so many laws of physics bent that I cannot say I was all too surprised when I read about it. It is possible that the Tree of Life is a powerful artifact akin to a world item, and currently my only clue on our arrival in this new world. If I want to make sure that no possible enemies will ever come and disrupt my rule, the perfect world I'm building, I have to research and secure that item, whatever it may be. However, while that is indeed quite important, it is a matter that could wait even 100 of years. There is no need to rush. Or so you think. If anything, I'm curious. At this point I can only speculate. Should I be right? The core has random strategies of wild magic and that is how we have gotten here. However, for that to be true, there should be a spell to connect worlds and I do not know of such a thing. Would the game even count as a world anyways? Can a virtual world filled with lore and history, with each and every character having a detailed background, be enough for magic to be unable to distinguish it from an actual physical world? I think hard so hard that I get completely lost in my mind. However, no matter what I theorize, there are always holes in my flow of thoughts. There is too much I do not know about, too much I need to learn yet. The more I think about it, the more I am tempted to travel to the Elven Kingdom to satisfy my hunger for knowledge, so I suddenly place both my hands on the desk with a loud clap and stop. That attracts Demiurge's attention once again. He has been standing silently in front of me for this whole time. Demiurge.
Yes, Aisama.
Can you fill me in with the latest changes in the Holy Kingdom?
Yes, the progress has been slow but steady. While the king is doing a perfect job to stir up his assassination, the south seems to be lacking courage. Even after placing an infiltrate in the south on your suggestion, things do not seem to be moving as fast as we are hoping.
I see. They need more activation. I have an idea in mind. However, the king needs to die first. That will damage the north profoundly, more than delays and missing trade encourages would ever do. At that point, the south should make their move, and that is when I will give them the motivation they need to make a last final push. Prepare to extract the doppelganger and, after giving him, a month of his reward, put the real body of the king on a bed. Make it look like he has been stabbed during his sleep, contact the infiltrate, and inform her about the changes. She'll have to physically get to the king's quarters undetected. While the last step is unnecessary since she does not have to be seen, she'll surely leave some traces. This could prove to be useful should anyone ever decide to investigate the king's death.
Consider it done, Aisama. I'm sure once the king's body is discovered, it will be only a matter of days before that human asks for our aid.
I'll answer her call myself. Demiurge bows and he is about to take his leave. Oh.
Yes, Aisama.
Let Shizu Delta know that she will be my companion when I will be heading to the Holy Kingdom. Her current tasks are to be completed within these days. He nods and after bowing one last time, the doors behind him are closed by the maid at the door. I wonder if... My thoughts are interrupted by two quick knocks. There is a trivial detail I've noticed in all these years. Everyone seems to have their own way of knocking. Sheva's knocks are many and all of them are firm, whereas Shaltir knocks elegantly and softly, except when she is in a hurry. As for those two quick knocks...
It is Evil Eye, Aisama.
Oh, I knew it. Very well, let her in. What's up, Evil Eye? You have to wait, I'm going to my chambers because there is something triggering over here. Nightmare. Dude, we skipped 4. Because I did not confess to any of those girls. Crazy. Nightmare. Let's have a look. Your heart beats loudly. You can feel it on your throat, as if it is trying the best to escape a very dangerous situation. However, as the former bodyguard of the Holy Queen, you cannot just hide and let the king of another country fight your battles. You must do your part as well. You've seen the immense destructive power of the demon. It is beyond comprehension, and yet...
I must not think. I've trained for my whole life, and yet the queen, I failed. This is the least I can do. Even if I cannot hope to defeat him myself, I can still fight. I'm a weapon, and weapons do not back away from fight. With my holy sword, surely...
Full of determination, you advance on the tallest of the buildings in order to reach Jaldabaoth. However, your vision is suddenly covered by flames. A spell cast by Jaldabaoth is on its way to hit you. Such a powerful spell, there is no way you can dodge it or survive it. Your battle is over before it even began. It is not as if you were powerless to slay him. You were powerless to even act as a weapon. You could not even hope to match him.
Forgive me!
Huh? Suddenly a figure saves you from a sure death. The Sorcerer King. An undead, the enemy of mankind, uses his own body to shield you. In that moment, all your beliefs crumbled to ashes instead of your body. Not only what you have built for your whole life was for naught, but now, even all you have learned might have been a lie. You get to keep your life, but your soul closes in itself. You refuse to accept this reality and thus you pass out from shock. You wake up sweaty from yet another nightmare. It is always the same one. A lethal spell made of flames heading towards you. Then before it can hit...
Damn it, what is going on with me? Why would an undead do all of that? Why would he throw himself in front of such a powerful spell just to protect me?
She grasps her hair.
It just does not make any sense. Nothing about this does.
Her nights were filled with sleepless nights and nightmares regarding the invasion. Things only got worse once she slowly lost her position. She is now regarded as a nobody, or worse yet, as unfavorable character given her strong opinions regarding Ainz Ul Gown. However, before the invasion began, everyone held the same opinions as her. How could everyone's opinions change so swiftly from a day to another? Did they truly value them so little? Her fall of grace together with the loss of her sister and the Holy Queen was too much, but the Sorcerer King was the proverbial cherry on top. Her hands fall down from her hair all the way down to her top, right where her heart is.
He's a monster. There is no changing that. Howard has been helping us for all of this time. Nobody else did. In fact, no one would ever help another country as much as he did. I should at least give my thanks to try to have a discussion with him outside of the battlefield. Next time I want to understand. I truly do.
She wants the truth, but at the same time she hopes she is right. She hopes that Ainz Ul Gown is not a good undead, but the monster she always believed him to be. That is because if he had been good all along, then what type of person had she been for all this time? Were people right to despise her, after all? She lingers around such questions until the next morning after another sleepless night. Well, who knows?
Evil Eye is waiting.
Well, I guess nothing really is happening around.
Greetings, Ai-sama. I'm requesting permission to leave the Grand Up Nazarick grounds for a few hours.
Normally she would not come all the way to my office for such a trivial request. Such decisions are left to others. However, over these past few months we have grown closer, but she's opened up to me ever so slightly. Many discussions led to this result. All of them occurred in a place she visits every chance she gets, including today. The Katse Plains, a barren land with many undead roaming around, has become our meeting place. We did not set a date up or even agreed upon a meeting point. I discovered the place where she goes to think out of pure coincidence, almost half a year ago now. Around 6 months ago. Evil Eye.
Oh, your majesty. Am I late after all?
No, not at all. You have plenty of time left still. I just noticed you were here and I thought I would drop by to greet you.
I see.
She turns back towards the mountains of the Wyvern Rider tribes, visible all the way from here.
Thank you then.
At first I thought she was just taking a walk in a quite unusual place, but then as I kept observing her I noticed she went there fairly often. It is not as if there is a lot to sightsee aside from undeads roaming about. This was enough to catch my interest ever so slightly. Or perhaps I was simply fascinated by her. It was the first time that someone was so reluctant to be next to me. It is not that she is disgusted by me, however, she tends to be quiet, absent-minded when I encounter her here. There are men like Floda or Gazev, whom behave as expected. Even the rest of the Blue Roses seem to keep a distance, but Evil, she's different. She's a sweet surprise. Days pass and I spend most of them with her. She was slowly opening up to me, or at least at the idea that Ein's gone, might not be so bad after all. I feel like we had grown closer. However, there was a lot I don't know about her still. It took many days of hanging out with her and sitting by her side, sightseeing the mountains often in silence. When one day...
I used to be a princess.
Huh? A princess?
Yeah, 350 years ago.
Oh, she's much older than Fluder, not that it is any hint of her mannerism. You'd never guess that a 200 years old man would get as excited as a kid, no matter the circumstances. Does it have to do with its location? Was it different in the past?
Not this particular spot, no. That place no longer exists. The Wyvern Rider tribes. The territory used to be a country a long time ago.
Oh, I read about it. A disaster.
Yes. I have never discovered the cause and this haunts me the most. Along with the fact that I could never fix the situation after spending 40 years among my people. The shell of my people as they had turned into mindless zombies. My parents live here there, hidden in what used to be my city. After spending so many years without being a step closer to a solution, I decided to set off. I promised myself I would never set foot here again, before I had a solution. Alas, centuries later I'm much stronger than I used to be, but despite having been all around the continent at this point, there's no way I can fix it. I just wish I knew what happened. It would bring some kind of closure at the very least. I'm not even sure if my parents are still there. I took great care to hide them, but it has been such a long time now.
I mean, you could have told me before. I'm sure there is a way I could help you. She looks surprised at my interest and will to help her, albeit only for a moment, before turning away with a sad expression.
There are spells such as...
Wrong voice. There are spells such as wish or miracle, spells that go beyond the tiers commonly used in this world.
In this world?
What I meant is...
I understand now.
Huh?
You are a player.
Huh? I feel like the air around me froze. I never expected to hear that. Not now, not from her. I feel a rush of different emotions trying to emerge from my body, but not a single word comes out. A long silence follows before I can calm down and proceed with asking the most obvious question. What do you know about the players? Have you seen one where? Many of them.
I know they are a rare race. From what I understood, they are children of deities from whom descended from the heavens. And such players' children are known as godkins.
A race?
I adventured one a few centuries ago. He was weak, but he quickly grown in power. Only today, centuries later, I am just as strong as he used to be.
Weak? But cannot be on any of my guildmates still. Where is he now?
Dead. The natural process of aging applied to him as well, although he aged much differently than normal humans.
I see.
I have met many strong individuals throughout my life. I have formed many connections with heroes of different races and expertise in order to restore my city. Unfortunately, magic is not enough, even 10th tier magic. Even after all this time, it is so frustrating, having your home and your life completely teared apart without knowing the cause.
She grips her clothing. To have such a wound lasting for centuries, huh? Must be painful. Is there truly something I cannot overcome, even with my powers? Are you sure that my power would not suffice?
Unfortunately, I am. I had an acquaintance use spells such as True Resurrection, Wish, and even Miracle. Those should be enough, but there is something much more powerful blocking them. Not to mention that even if you could help, I would only get my parents back, if dead. Everyone else is gone and forgotten over the ages, and the descendants whom survived now live on the mountains. Probably unaware of their history. If there is anyone or anything that could fix such a disaster, is a deity. I recall the days I've spent praying for all of this nightmare to be over, all for naught. That is when I understood that there was no such thing as a deity.
It reminds me of when I have tested that theory myself. That may be so, but I promise I will find a way to restore your people back. It is obviously important to you, and since you are a member of the Great Tomb of Nazarick, it means it is important to me as well. For the first time in a long time, I see her smile. What? What is it?
No, it's nothing. I'm just beginning to understand you. For a long time, when I first heard of the Sorcerer King, I was worried that things said about you did not help. I feared that what had happened in my country would happen again, in the entire world this time. I feared living alongside mindless zombies for eternity.
Already lived most of my life among ruins. There is no way I would do that.
Huh?
It's nothing, it's nothing. I'm sure those doubts are long gone from your mind.
Yes. In all these months I've seen peace, smiles, happy people like they have never been before. I will not say it is flawless, however I truly think it is better than before. You are working towards making a better world. It is a sentiment many would agree with. It is something many people aspire to do themselves. However, you are a player, a strong one at that. It is normal every action of yours has such a magnitude.
Could I ask you to not tell anybody else outside of Nazarick about my true race?
Yeah, it is not a common topic of discussion to begin with. Not everyone would understand. I would be like explaining 10th year magic. No, that would actually be easier.
Thank you, Evil Eye.
Keno. Call me Keno. It is my real name. The one I was born with. I never thought I would use it again, but if it is you, I would not mind.
Alright, Keno.
In exchange, can I call you Aisama, like all the other women do?
I mean, it is not just women. And yes, you may.
Hi, Sama. Thank you for this discussion. It really lifted up my spirits.
However, in the next few days, she did not stop coming here, and neither did I. We did not meet every day, perhaps once or twice a week. However, ever since our last discussion, each meeting was somewhat happier. There was no longer awkward silence between us. Each meeting was filled with laughter and random discussions. It was a nice break from everything. A lovely distraction for the both of us.
Do you ever find yourself thinking about home?
Home? The Great Tomb of Nazarick is my home. If I ever find myself thinking about it, I can head there anytime I wish.
Before that, I mean the heavens where you have descended from.
I would know how to describe it as heaven. I guess it is more akin to hell.
Hell? I think I've heard that name before, but I cannot quite recall what it is.
The before does not really matter. Perhaps at the very beginning. No, even then, it did not matter much. The past is the past. One's thoughts should be about the future, and the road it takes to get there.
I believe so too. At the very least, that is what I have been telling myself all this time. However, I am not as strong as I would like to be. From time to time I find myself indulging about the past. Except when you are here. Your presence helps my mind to get off some pretty dark thoughts.
I am glad you are enjoying our time together, Keno. It is pretty relaxing for me as well.
Yeah.
And today is no different. It's a real shame I will not be able to meet her, but that is one of the many sacrifices a ruler aiming to build the perfect world must make. Actually. Evil Eye, there is no need to ask for my permission anymore, unless you plan to travel outside the Sorcerer Kingdom. Enjoy your time outside.
Thank you for the trust, Aisama. I'll make sure to come back always at the same time.
Even though I do not use her real name when we are not alone to respect her wishes, from that day on she started to call me like everybody else does in the Great Tomb of Nazarick. Only now I can truly feel she's part of us. Hopefully the rest of the Blue Roses will learn to trust me as well in time. I mean, maybe if the game allowed some interaction with them. A few uneventful days go by while I wait for Nea's letter. Demirook, huh? Demirook. I do not know. I probably nothing. I click quick save by chance. Okay, nothing here. Seems like nothing here either. You know what? I think it's time that we finish for today. And tomorrow we shall continue this story. Maybe there will be something more with Yggdrasil. Who knows? We'll find out. As I said, tomorrow I guess. For now, hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider liking the video. Always appreciated, obviously. If you're new around and you are into this type of games, different types as well to be fair, from time to time, consider subscribing. Would love to have you around. And yeah, hope you have a wonderful day. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow too. Have a good one. Yeah. Bye bye.